What if I told you there's a Hall of Fame linebacker who terrorized NFL offenses for 11 seasons, changed the game forever, and yet 90% of modern NFL fans have never heard his name? While you're thinking Butkus, Lewis, or LT, I'm talking about a man who literally invented modern linebacker play. His name? Dave Wilcox?
In 1974, Wilcox was selected to play for 7 Pro Bowls.
A ghost in NFL history who should be mentioned in the same breath as the legends. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why forgetting him is the NFL's biggest crime. But first, hit that subscribe button because this story will blow your mind. Picture this. It's 1964. The NFL is brutal, raw, and completely different from today. Most linebackers are just glorified defensive linemen, big, slow, and predictable. Then, this 6'3", 241-pound athletic freak from Oregon gets drafted by the San Francisco 49ers in the 3rd round.
Outpassed. Linebacker Dave Wilcox.
Nobody expected what happened next. Dave Wilcox didn't just play linebacker, he revolutionized the position.
Dave Wilcox.
While other linebackers were getting pancaked by fullbacks, Wilcox was doing something nobody had seen before. But here's what makes the story insane. Dave Wilcox almost never made it to the NFL.
One of the greatest football players of all time.
Born in Ontario, Oregon, population 8,000, Wilcox was a multi-sport athlete who originally wanted to be a baseball player. Baseball. Can you imagine if the NFL lost its first modern linebacker to baseball? At the University of Oregon, coaches didn't even know what to do with him. Too fast for the line, too big for the secondary. They tried him at offensive guard, defensive end, even tight end. Finally, Oregon's defensive coordinator had a crazy idea. What if we put this athletic freak at linebacker and let him freelance? That decision changed NFL history forever.
Implemented by an active football intelligence.
1964, Dave Wilcox enters the NFL, and immediately, offensive coordinators have a problem they've never faced before. Traditional game plan, run at the linebacker, wear him down, control the middle, but Wilcox, he's dropping into coverage on 1st down, blitzing on 2nd down, and stonewalling your best running back on 3rd down. By his 2nd season, opposing teams were literally changing their entire offensive schemes just to avoid him. Think I'm exaggerating? Check this out. The Green Bay Packers, yes, Vince Lombardi's Packers, called specific audibles whenever Wilcox was on the field. Lombardi himself said, and I quote, "That Wilcox kid in San Francisco is playing a different game than everybody else. We have to account for him on every single play." This is Vince Lombardi talking about a 3rd round pick. But here's what separates legends from forgotten players. The how. How did Dave Wilcox change everything? First, the Wilcox shuffle. While other linebackers committed early to run or pass, Wilcox developed a lateral movement technique that kept him in perfect position for both. Second, pass coverage revolution. Wilcox studied receivers like a defensive back. He knew their routes better than some corners knew their own assignments. The result? 7 Pro Bowls, 5 first-team All-Pro selections, and offensive coordinators having nightmares.
Deep in the old-fashioned virtues, which were stamped all over.
But here's the crazy part. Everything I just described, this happened in an era where linebackers weren't supposed to do this. Dave Wilcox was literally inventing modern defense in real time. So why don't you know this name? Why isn't Dave Wilcox mentioned with Ray Lewis and Lawrence Taylor? The answer will make you angry. 3 reasons, and they're all ridiculous. First, team success. The 49ers, during Wilcox's era, weren't winning Super Bowls. They were building something special, but championships came later. Second, era bias. The NFL loves to pretend modern players invented everything. But Wilcox was doing in 1965 what we praise linebackers for doing today.
Didn't wear jewelry and, go to nightclubs.
Third, and this is the big one, media coverage. In the 1960s and 70s, if you weren't in New York, Dallas, or Green Bay, you were invisible. San Francisco might as well have been on another planet. Dave Wilcox dominated the NFL for over a decade, but played in the shadows of limited media coverage. He was revolutionizing football while most fans couldn't even watch him play.
My helmet knocked off during the game,
But here's where this story gets justice. 2000, Dave Wilcox finally gets his Hall of Fame call.
am I subjecting my body to this type of punishment?
21 years after retirement. 21 years. Can you imagine waiting 2 decades for recognition you earned in your first season? His Hall of Fame speech? Pure class. He didn't complain about the wait. He didn't call out the voters. He just thanked everyone and said, "I'm proud to represent the position I helped create." Today, every linebacker coach in America teaches techniques Dave Wilcox pioneered 60 years ago. Every coverage scheme he developed is now standard. Every blitz package has his fingerprints on it. But let's play the what-if game. What if Dave Wilcox played in today's NFL, with today's training, nutrition, and sports science? With 24/7 media coverage and social media, Dave Wilcox would be the most famous defensive player in the league. He'd have signature Nike cleats, his own podcast, and probably 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards. His jersey would be everywhere. Or flip it. What if modern linebackers had to play in Wilcox's era? No GPS tracking, no advanced analytics, no specialized coaching, just pure instinct and athletic ability.
The fastest team in football.
Most of today's stars wouldn't last a season playing Wilcox's style of football. That's not a knock on them. That's respect for what he accomplished. Here's what Dave Wilcox's career teaches us about the NFL. Innovation doesn't always get immediate recognition. Every position revolution in NFL history started with one player willing to do something different. Wilcox didn't just play linebacker. He defined what linebacker could become. When you watch Micah Parsons freelance between positions, that's Dave Wilcox. When you see Roquan Smith drop into coverage, that's Dave Wilcox. When any linebacker makes a play in space, they're using his blueprint. The tragedy isn't that Dave Wilcox was forgotten. It's that his story shows how many other revolutionaries we've probably forgotten too. So here's what I need from you. Share this video, not for the algorithm, though that helps, but because Dave Wilcox deserves to be remembered. Comment below. What other forgotten NFL legends should we cover? Who else revolutionized the game without getting credit? I'm starting a series called Forgotten Legends. Players who changed the game but got lost in history. Dave Wilcox is just the beginning. Hit subscribe if you want more stories like this. Hit the bell for notifications. And remember, every legend starts as someone nobody's heard of. Until next time, keep digging for the stories they don't want you to know. The NFL has secrets, and we're going to uncover every single one.